What's good, Ravens fans? The news says that Lamar Jackson is responsible for the reason Odell Beckham came. Let's see and let's react to it.
Odell Beckham Jr. reportedly recruited to Baltimore by one Lamar Jackson. That means there's an understanding Lamar, will be the team's quarterback next season. It cost the Ravens $15 million in guaranteed money. One anonymous agent not involved in this deal said it's very un-Raven-like and even, quote, crazy. Skip, let's start with you. Do you?
So a couple of things. One, I told you guys, Odell Beckham would not have come if Lamar Jackson was not the quarterback. That's just plain as day, right? So I told you guys that there's no way that he came not knowing that if Lamar doesn't get what he wants, it's always going to be personal things first, for sure, right? But Lamar's not going to let $33 million on just go away. That's not going to happen, right? Again, I know he believes he's worth more, but guys, there are regular people, right, who will never make $1 million in their entire life, right? There are many people like that. Right? And most people will never make $3 million, right? He has a chance to make 33 in 1 year and still be a free agent next year. You know, he's gonna take that money. So that's the first thing. Now, when they say that it's crazy on Ravens, like 100% true, right? This is a lot of money for a receiver. That's already not Ravens like. But also, I do think that when it comes to a receiver like Odell Beckham, it's just not what the Ravens, do. Ravens like, strong possession type receivers when they go out in free agency. Anquan Bolden, Steve Smith, Derek Mason. And Steve Smith and Anquan Bolden were explosive in their earlier days, but in their later days became more of possession receivers. However, Odell Beckham still has it. He still, had big plays with the Rams. Now, again, injury changed things up, but I still think it is a little un-Ravens like they said.
You think Odell's going to be worth this much money?
Long term, absolutely not. Shannon Sharp, once upon a time you played for this franchise. I've always had huge respect for this franchise. Play like a Raven, those purple colors. There's just something great about Ravens tradition. You were steeped in it. You won a Super Bowl there. I never thought I would put Ravens and desperate in the same sentence, and I'm doing so now. This was a desperate move that, for the moment, short term, could be desperately brilliant. I'm going to use the magician's analogy here because it's called sleight of hand. What you do.
So Skip surprised me. I thought he was going to be a hater on this one, right? A little bit of hate at the beginning. But honestly, if it gets Lamar Jackson back committed to the Ravens, it's worth it, right? If you got to go, hire Kodak Black to be the mascot, you got to do what you got to do, okay? Lamar Jackson is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Regardless of what anyone says, he has proven that he is one of the better players to ever play football because of his MVP award, right? That shows you he had one of the best seasons ever in NFL history. And to be capable of that means you have something. Now, things do change, but with Lamar Jackson, things have not changed. He's still a winner, and when he's in the game, we win the game, more than likely, right? He has a top 5 winning percentage of all time, and we know it's not just John Harbaugh, because without Lamar Jackson, guys, John Harbaugh is a little bit over 500, right? A little bit over 50%. So, I mean, Lamar has to be praised for that, for sure. So hopefully Skip Bayless doesn't do too much hating and gives him some praise.
Is with your right hand, you go way up here and you try to distract the audience so that with your left hand, you can trick the audience. Right. This is classic sleight of hand because the Ravens are trying to trick you by distracting you up here with Odell at $15 million a year. That's guaranteed, right, up to 18 with incentives. Remember, Odell, the free agent market has been open for a month now. He's been free for more than a year now. He's just been sitting out there. Nobody moved to get him. He was supposed to visit the Jets just before on Easter he signed with the Ravens. It was a brilliant move by Odell, too, because he negotiated the heck out of this deal. He played it perfectly where the Ravens needed him, so they had to outrageously overpay.
And I think we did overpay. Almost for sure, right? We overpaid on this one. Odell's great. I think he's a certifiable number 2 receiver. But at 15 million, is he going to be at 15 million? You got to be a 1B, right? I believe there's some receivers in the league who are number 1 receivers are making 20 million, right? It's 5 million less, which in the grand scheme of things is not a giant amount for football. So he has to be a 1A or a 2A or a 1B, right? He has to be the best second receiver in the league, right? The best number 2 receiver in the league in order to be worth that amount of money. And so, again, it's going to look good because if the Ravens have Lamar Jackson, they're going to win 10 games. It happens every year, right, with Lamar Jackson. So we're not worried about the winning part. I'm not worried about the winning part. I'm worried about the offense. What does the offense look like, right? Is the offense more crisp in the passing game because of Odell, right? That's what I really, really do want to see.
Receiver coming off 2 ACL reconstructions at age 30. Outrageously overpaid that receiver for his mystique, for his charisma, for his social media presence, while continuing to outrageously underpay their quarterback. Overpay, underpay. If I'm Lamar, I told you yesterday, I'd sit back at some point, as much as I love Odell, as much as I'd be excited about throwing the football to Odell and just getting to share the locker room and the huddle with Odell, I'd sit back and say, wait a second.
Yeah.
They're giving him $15 million guaranteed at age 30 off 2 ACLs, while they're restricting me to the non-exclusive franchise tag at $32 million when I wanted 230 to start guaranteed, maybe 250 guaranteed, which Lamar has earned to me. Other point of order here is that let's not accept as a done deal that Lamar is a Raven, because the Ravens right now have exposed him to the market because he's not exclusive. So I told you, depending on how the draft shakes out, there still could be Team X out there that could say the week after the draft, you know what? It didn't fall the way we wanted it to, right?
Right. Skip, I think the thing is for me, I think the Ravens are saying we're.
So before all that, right, Skip is right, but he's mostly incorrect on one point, right? Though the Ravens gave the non-exclusive tag, they have no issues giving that money. What the Ravens are doing is they're saying, Lamar, we want you. This is what I think. Lamar, we want you, but we don't want you for Deshaun Watson's price. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm struggle streaming. My stuff isn't working. We want you, but we don't want you for the same price as Deshaun Watson. We want you, but we don't believe that you are worth what Deshaun Watson is, that guaranteed money. So if another team gives you less, we'll take that all day. And if they give you more, we're happy for you. And that's what I think they're saying. So
we're not going.
But wait a second. Just the point of order is he's still available.
Yes.
I mean,
you talk about Lamar?
Yes, Lamar.
Okay.
Come and get him right now. Any team out there can say, you know what, Ravens, we give you our next 2 years first-round picks, and Lamar, we're going to pay you, let's just call it 230 guaranteed million for 5 years. Come play for us.
Right.
Well, that's a done deal. Then he has to go play for them.
I think the thing is, Skip, is that the Ravens don't want to sit the market.
No.
They can say we match the offer.
Not true, right? Not true. Let's go back. He does not. The Ravens get to match any offer, right? And so if it's fully guaranteed, then the Ravens will take the 2 first-round picks, let you go on your way, right? If it's not fully guaranteed, if it's, let's say if Deshaun's at 200 million over 5, if it's 190 over 5 with 160 guaranteed, 170 guaranteed, the Ravens will say, no, we'll match that. Come on, Lamar, let's play ball, right? That's what I really think is happening here.
offer, but Team X set the market.
Yes.
So don't be mad at us. All we did was match.
Okay.
But my thing is, Skip, he was recruited to Baltimore by Lamar. I thought Lamar asked for a trade. Man, hey,
last we heard.
I mean, hell, if I'm leaving Fox, I ain't recruiting nobody to Fox if I'm leaving, Skip.
No.
You doing that, Skip?
Well, unless it's your brother or somebody, like if it's if it's Sterling. Let's say it's okay. So what if Sterling suddenly says, "Don't leave. I want to come be your teammate" or whatever? Well, you'd say, "Okay."
Well, he must have talked. He must have talked to Lamar before that March 2nd. He put that trade request in because now it's become public that he did request a trade from the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens are sitting back and saying,
the beautiful thing about Lamar and the way that social media has allowed everyone to kind of be their own PR guy is that if this is not true, if the report is not true that Lamar asked OBJ to come, he recruited OBJ, he told OBJ how great the organization is, all that good stuff. If that's not true, Lamar will say it. That's the beautiful thing about what this is, right? It's not great for, being able for the NFL GMs to be able to take conversations and, keep them away from the public. But it's great for the public to know, did Lamar recruit OBJ? Right? And some fan will ask, Lamar, why would you recruit OBJ and leave? Lamar will not respond, which in my head means that's true. He did recruit OBJ and he's going to stay if he doesn't find the guaranteed money. Now, if it's a lie, if he did not recruit OBJ, he'll say, that's a lie. I did not recruit OBJ. I love him, but I did not recruit him there. He's for the Ravens because of that $15 million, right? That's what he'll say.
And, well, we don't want to set the market. We'll let someone else set the market, and we'll match the market. Yeah. It's like a house. Well, I'm going to see with somebody. I'm not going to overpay for the house. Now, if somebody else says, okay, pay this amount, okay, I was like, okay, I'll match that. But to your point about Odell, Skip, I did not think he could get this kind of money. Not guaranteed. I thought they could get the 15 with guaranteed money plus incentives. I didn't think he could just get flat out $15 million. As you said, coming off his second ACL surgery in 3 years, missing all of last year. And the question was, who they bidding against? Who had $15 million for Odell?
Nobody. Because the Jets reportedly wanted to go low base, big incentives. Okay. Well, that's what everybody would.
That's what everybody. I believe everybody's going to do. But, Skip, you do realize now for $15 million, a $15 million receiver, that's somewhere 80, 85, 100 catches, 1,200, 1,300 yards, 7 to 10 touchdowns. Does Odell have that in him?
I hope for the Ravens' sake he does, but I don't think so.
But see, here's the thing, Skip. Look, he got his money. But if it doesn't pan out, he gets to say, well, the Lamar Jackson's contract situation, and we had that uncertainty. So he's in a win-win.
Okay. Odell just wanted the money.
Okay. Again, yes, Odell wanted to get paid. Trust me, we all want to get paid. But again, Odell doesn't want to be miserable. And, I'm from Baltimore. I'm a Ravens fan. I am. There are better places to live if you are a millionaire than Baltimore. Okay? I'm going to just say it. All right? Please don't kill me in the comments. There are better places to live if you're a millionaire than Baltimore. Now, did those teams want to give him money? Maybe not. But I guarantee you, going back to LA for $6 million when you already made millions of dollars is very attractive, okay? It's not $15 million, but $15 million in snow sucks, okay? $15 million in Baltimore nightlife, and of course they can take jets anytime they want to, but I'm just saying. $15 million in Baltimore nightlife ain't the same as $8 million in Los Angeles nightlife, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's it, okay? So again, yes, he wanted the money, but I really do think that he was like, I want the money, but if it's not Lamar, then there are better places for me to go, right? New York and Baltimore, they both get cold. Nightlife in New York is better. He's lived in New York before. He knows New York. New York loves him. And you get Aaron Rodgers. So, I think a big reason he chose to come was Lamar. And I honestly do think a lot of players wanted to come play with Lamar. It's just that the scheme held us back. So that's honestly my belief.
And we get it. And I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Skip, he got a ring. He's already got a ring.
To get paid.
Exactly. It's not about searching for that opportunity.
And he finessed his way into the perfect situation to get paid.
Yeah.
Because the Ravens actually needed to overpay him to show the world we went out and paid top dollar for a free agent. They have a reputation for being, I don't know if you want to say cheap, but
they got to land. Ozzie, Eric DeCosta's taking over now, but Ozzie had a number that he was willing to go to. Now, he might be willing to go a couple of dollars over, but he wasn't going. Ed Reed went to the Texans.
He did.
Terrell Suggs went to Arizona. He has a number that he will draw.
Yep.
And this is where he is. You look, what's the Zadarius Smith?
Yep. It's a good one.
Pernell McPhee. You go look at it. Bart Scott. You go look at all the guys, some great players that left Baltimore. Ozzie has a number. He's not going too much over that number.
Okay, but I think this went to Steve Bisciotti, the owner, who said, I need to look like I'm paying somebody top dollar because he paid way more than any other free agent receiver has gotten.
I'm struggling streaming, guys. So, again, great point by Shannon. It's a different game now, okay? For two reasons. One reason is that the pressure of your franchise quarterback not wanting to be in town, you gotta do something for the fans, right? And I do remember everyone wants to keep their job, and part of keeping your job is making sure the fans don't hate you. That is a part of it, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I think we've been burned a little bit by being so stingy, right? Again, we look at ourselves as a great organization, and we have been one of the top performing organizations in the league. 100% true. But we aren't in the same class as, for example, the Patriots when it comes to winning, right? Winning Super Bowls. And I think that's where we want to be. We want to win Super Bowls. And sometimes you have to extend out. Now, you don't want to do it every offseason. You don't want to go crazy. But if Odell Beckham gets you Lamar, go ahead. That's $15 million. You know, you guys make that up in ticket sales for one game. You know, probably much more than that, right? So let's not fret about that, in my opinion.
So far in this cycle, like way more.
Yeah.
I need to show our fandom, because season ticket renewals are coming up.
Right.
I need to get them re-energized. I need to create excitement. And the only way to do it is to overpay Odell. To A, make sure you get him away from the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, because he was on Aaron's wish list.
Right.
But B, just to put a big $15 million out there like, we just did something. Their offseason has been a mess.
A dud.
That they haven't done anything in the offseason except sign Nelson Aguilar. And yet, all of a sudden, I look at what's left of your receivers, and obviously Mark Andrews is your top receiver as a tight end.
Yeah.
But of the wideouts, Odell immediately becomes your number one, right?
Yeah.
Over Rashad Bateman, I think, even though Rashad's younger and probably at this point healthier and more talented than Odell is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you look at Rashad Bateman, Aguilar, Devin Duvernay, Wallace, James Prosay II, Andy Isabella. Come on. Shamar Bridges.
Okay. What was the beauty of Odell's choice to go to the Rams when he did go to the Rams, when we thought maybe it's going to be Green Bay, maybe it's going to be...
Before they get into that, that's a brutal wide receiver core, right? And Odell Beckham does add a little bit of juice to that. But we need some people to step up if we're going to be great. If we're going to be average, then I think we're fine. But if we want to be great, we're going to need some people to step up.
New Orleans. The beauty was Cooper Kupp was putting up numbers we've never seen from a wide receiver.
Correct.
And once you settled in there and you hit the playoff run, playoff defenses are saying, we have to stop the other guy.
Correct.
What is he, number 10? Yeah, we got to stop 10. Mm-hmm. They're doubling him. They're tripling him. The whole defense, the whole consciousness of the defenses in those playoff games swung to Cooper Kupp. Odell always got single covered, and he was still certainly good enough and experienced enough and poised enough under pressure, because he's been in big games before. He's going to catch some footballs. And he started, obviously, at Tampa in that game. It went to the wire, but he had a big game. And he had started off, as we know, the Super Bowl with a couple big catches.
Right.
And I don't know, he was on his way if he could have sustained the pace.
Like he was going to have over 100 yards.
Maybe he could have been the MVP.
Right.
Cooper Kupp was the MVP. But the point is, that was the perfect spot for him to choose and land in, right?
It was. If I'm hearing you correct, Skip, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, you can correct me. It seems to me that you believe the Ravens played Odell for reputation, not what he could possibly do.
Mystique, social media presence. What NFL player has bigger social media presence than Odell? Nobody does.
Right.
I mean, it's extraordinary.
So I gotta jump in now, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. 100% not true. We are still the Ravens, right? Yes, we're not trying to pay the best player on our team, arguably the best player on our team in the last 10 years, our only MVP, arguably, when it goes all, when it's all said and done, could be a generation-defining player that inspires kids, all that good stuff. We are trying to, not pay that guy. But we're the Ravens, and we're still about winning. So Skip saying that is just blasphemy, asinine, just not even in the ballpark. It's crazy. We're still about winning, and the rest of what we're about. And so Skip is 100% wrong about that. I can't get with him on that one. And the Ravens signed Odell Beckham simply because, one, I do think they know that Lamar wants him, and two, he is going to be a great player for that team. He comes onto the team, the receivers want to play with him, Lamar wants to play with him, and he's instantly at least the number 2 receiver. At least. Instantly. So, again, Skip is wrong about that. We're not the, Jaguars or some team like that, right? We are the Baltimore Ravens. We're focused on winning. So much so, we don't care how it looks. We win ugly, okay? And that's what we're focused on. So, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Thanks. Go Ravens.
I'm number 1 in this race. Lyrics running like it's mace. Doing shows, I change up my flow. My talent is something that you can't erase. Say you number 1 in your city. I just came up in it and I take your place.